How's it going, everyone? It's your host, Video Game Junkie, bringing you the brand new video today with a brand new segment. Today's topic, I'm starting off a new series called a What If series. Basically, what a What If series is what if this happened, what if that happened, what if this never happened. And if I get good feedback from this video, I will start doing the What If series a lot more. But today, it's something I see a lot of, and I think I want to give my honest opinion, my honest answer about a what if. Today's what if episode is, what if the world has went into a nuclear holocaust, a nuclear fallout war? Today's video, I will be talking about that. I will be discussing all the topics and possibilities that could be happening. I'm also going to put it in order, my order, of what would happen. Like, how's it going to start? Where is it going to be in the middle? What's going to happen later on? And what's going to happen at the end? And if this works out well, because to me, I think this will be awesome to do. And this is one of the things that I want to be able to get my opinion out and expression. Without further ado, y'all, let's begin. As you all know, in a nuclear war, the first thing that will happen is our great country will be in a full-out war with the different parts of the world. The United States, the Chinese, well, you know, the USA, China, Russia, North Korea, all the big major countries that pose a threat will all engage in a full-out war, going to cities, going to different countries, wiping out the existence of everybody for total domination, annihilation, the extermination of the next race. This is what I believe will happen. First, these great countries will face off against each other for total annihilation. Unless, again, North Korea launches the nukes first, which could change and alter what my reality is. Just imagine if our military has went against each other in a full-out bloody war against every other known country to mankind. It would seem all simple, like the first few battles will seem pretty easy, simple, but then later on, it'll get hectic. I'm talking, it's going to get so bad, they're going to turn an actual big city into a No Man's Land version 2. If none of y'all know what No Man's Land is, for people who play Battlefield 1, or if anyone learned about World War 1, No Man's Land was this area that was stretched out, I think it was miles or less than a mile, which opposite teams on each side trying to gain ground. They called it No Man's Land because anytime anyone tried to get over, they were either gunned down or blown up. But yes, this is what I believe that would happen. Is at first the fightings wouldn't seem that bad, but then later on it'll get worse with the artillery, the troops, the missiles, the ammunition, tomahawks, cruise missiles, all that. That's what will make this world go into chaos and basically almost wipe out human race to extinction. Now, that being said, when you look at it at this perspective, you have to look at this soldier's point of view. He doesn't know what's going on. All he knows is that each soldier is fighting for their own country, for their own beliefs, freedom, or whatever they fight for. See, they're just following commands. The governments, they are sending their own troops in to do their dirty work. These soldiers are just going to follow their orders and do what they are told to do. They're not going to have second thoughts or think. No, they're going to be following orders to get everything done and do whatever they can. Now, of course, this part will take place before the bomb is dropped. Or, this scene is basically the beginning. Now, we're going to be getting ready to move on to the next scene. So, next scene is where a EMP drops. When the EMP drops, it will be something like this, where you're out,
indicate this area is
all
safe.
electricity is gone, you're out for your soul survival.
Warning, now
It's
leaving the
just
safe
one
area.
of the things you have to look out for. Basically, it's like almost every man for himself. This game clip is The Division. Note, I'm not very good at this game. I started not too long ago, but yes. Before the events of a nuclear fallout, first thing that will be happen is that every country will have their own EMP, electronic magnet pulse, or magnetic pulse, grenade, rocket, bomb, that they will want to drop on their other countries to get the home advantage. Now, if that ever happens, this is what I think would be. This is what our city, our great country will be. Civilians will be in need. Looters and rioters will be everywhere, causing chaos without the government. Like right there, that dead body also. People won't give a crap. You gotta watch out for wild, ravey animals also. That's the one thing you have to look out and watch out for. When this stuff kind of happens, it's almost like every man for himself. There'll be a few, like, there'll still be like police, emergency personnels, firefighters, ambulances, paramedics, all that. But then again, you gotta think, do people really want to risk their life helping a random stranger in a gunfight or anything? Because I'm talking about, looters and rioters will do whatever they can to prove that they're the badass and that they can take whatever they want. That's what I believe is what will happen. Like right here, these guys are rioters and looters because they don't believe in a government. That's the thing. See, once the other countries drop an EMP or electronic magnetic pulse on us, they just sit there and wait for us to destroy our own selves, our own world. Now, when the event of a nuclear fallout does happen, this next clip will show you what it will possibly look like when a nuclear bomb falls, which is like this. This game clip is brought to you by Fallout 4. And in the event of a nuclear holocaust, don't mind me, I was using mods on here because I beat the game already, and I decided to do a new game with them. But it'll be something like, you're going to have radioactive monsters, ghouls. Not a lot of people are going to survive. But yes, this is what happened after the bomb is dropped. You'll still have survivors who will be considered raiders, looters also. People that don't care for you and want to just take stuff from you. This is what will happen if the bomb was dropped. Every man basically for himself out there to survive on his own. And you have to be lucky to stumble across a weapon. Because by now, after the bomb has dropped, by now, all the weapon store, like gun stores, vaults, military bases would already have been looted. All federal buildings would have been looted for weapons, ammunition, first aid, supplies, all that. So you have to think, you would be lucky to find a pistol with one bullet. But, yes, this is what our world will kind of look like if a nuclear holocaust, when they drop the bomb on us. I mean, think of how bad everyone would be. Like, think of how worse it would be. Like, just imagine the horror. Just imagine the pain and suffering for those people who lost their lives. And for the people who loved them, their loved ones. Think about how they would feel. And more importantly, think of the people where the radiation, like some of these, like on here, some of the people who had the bomb drop and got radioactive, they became ghouls. Like, still had the brain of a human, but will survive for so many years. Again, you would be lucky just to survive and be a ghoul. It's just painful to think of this could happen. I know this is a game and all, but you have to think of the reality. You also have to think of what would happen. Tell me, what would you have done if you, let's say this is you, my character, let's just say, but you don't have the minigun, let's just say you're out trying to survive, and you see people with guns. What are you going to do? How are you going to survive? That's the question you need to ask yourself, is what are you going to do? How are you going to live? How are you going to survive? How are you going to find supplies? This is something you have to think about in case the worst happens. Which I know we probably won't be attacked, but there has been imminent threats that we would be because of North Korea testing weapons and all that. But still, just think if this actually did happen. This is a possibility. That the game clips I'm showing you is a possibility of what would happen. First, you have the government sending in their own troops, attacking each other, getting the hard part over with by exterminating so many. And you gotta think, other countries are going to be exterminating civilians, innocent women and children. While the politicians are sitting in the background just having a good time. And then you gotta worry about the EMP blast. And after that, you got the nuclear bomb that's gonna drop. And you also gotta think, depending on where the bombs dropped, will determine if there's any buildings that are still standing around. Like right here, this is a city that I'm in, but it's very rare you'll see a lot of these buildings together. Like, look at all this rubble, look at all this destruction everywhere. This is what would happen if we went into a nuclear war, because it's just hard to think about this. I really do not want us to go to war. I really don't. Because it's a pain. It is a pain. It is a parasite to go into a nuclear war. And this is what the aftermath will be. This is what I consider the aftermath after the bombs dropped. Like the movie Mad Max, you're gonna see people having these cars built like this, fighting for resources. This would be like a good 100, 200 years after the bombs have dropped, where resources are scarce because people are fighting over it. This is what will possibly happen. You're gonna see people driving around with guns everywhere, like the movie Mad Max. You're gonna see people driving around, trying to survive. And I mean, just imagine seeing people do this stuff, like fighting each other for resources, for water, for food. Think of all the death and destruction that will come when after the bombs are dropped. You're gonna think a lot of these water and food sources are going to be radioactive and possibly kill you. To me, I would rather be killed by drinking radioactive water than having radiation in my skin killing me over time. I would rather be dead by now. But then you have to think again also, I know. You're probably also wondering, this is never gonna happen. There's no way a nuclear war can happen. That I can kinda agree and disagree. Agree because no one's gonna be stupid enough and destroy the UN peace treaty and attack a country. But then again, you have to think, what would happen if a nuclear war did break out? You have to think, this is the stuff that might be possible. This is the stuff that could happen in the near future. It's just one of the hardest things ever to think of. Different people, like different countries, like the countries that are still around, and when this happens, they're not going to be considered a country, they're going to be considered a civilization. A mere group where people are just going to fight over for territory. It's like going back to the Stone Age. Oh, and yes, this clip is brought to you by Crossout, free to play, free to download on the Xbox Store, free on the PC. Don't know about the PlayStation, but we'll check it out later. But then, let's get back right into it. But then again, you gotta think, it's one of the possibilities you have to watch out for. Do you want to see this happen? See people murdering other people, murdering other women, children, for water, for food. If we don't want a nuclear war to happen, then we have to keep our promise to the UN peace treaty that all the countries have signed. I don't know if North Korea did or not, but with them testing, it looks like a near nuclear war will break out. It is possible, but then again,
We can keep that from happening if we actually don't. It's hard to say this, still. This is a big what if. This is a big what if. What would happen if our country went into a nuclear war? I mean, just looking at this, hearing about this makes you want to think, makes you want to imagine how to keep this from happening. Like, when you imagine stuff, your mind's going like, what the hell? What the hell would happen? How can I survive from this? To be honest, I can't tell you the answer to be sure. It's just one of the things. This is what would happen if a nuclear war did break out. You have to enjoy life. But I really hope you enjoyed this video today. I want to kind of turn this into a series, into a big what if series, where you comment down below what you want your next what if series to be, and I'll give it a look also. I'll give it a try. But yes, this is my very first long video of me talking of a what if with multiple game codes. This is my first one, and I might do more. Oh, I just had so fun. But this is your host, Video Game Junkie, signing off. I'll see you on the next video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment for more content down below, and I'll see you next time.